Now, the French President Emmanuel Macron is the latest target of US President Donald Trump, who's hit out at his French counterpart in a series of tweets. Trump highlighted Macron's comments suggesting the EU should consider creating its own army. He also criticised Macron's low approval ratings. Well, let's go live to Paris now, where Annelise Borges joins us. Good morning, Annelise. It was called a bromance once upon a time. Is this the end of it?
Well, most likely, Belle. Good morning to you, too. It really seems like one of these passionate breakups where one of the parties still has a lot of things to say, decides to send all these messages that will most likely be regretted the next day. Well, Donald Trump's angry series of tweets actually started on Friday when he landed here in Paris, and in a reaction to Emmanuel Macron's announcement that Europe should stop relying on the US so much for its protection, should create its own army. Well, Donald Trump called that insulting. According to the French presidency, the two men had an opportunity to talk it through. Emmanuel Macron had an opportunity to explain himself to Donald Trump. And already, the little that we saw of that meeting between the two leaders, really, we could sense the end of the exuberance. There was no more holding hands. There was a little shy pat on the knee by Emmanuel Macron to Donald Trump. But there was no much. The level of love had already changed. And of course, during his speech here at the Arc de Triomphe on Sunday, Emmanuel Macron spoke at length against everything that Donald Trump stands for, and really that seems to have sealed the deal.
And at least it all got quite personal on Twitter. I mean, amongst the issues that Trump was talking about, popularity ratings of Macron, but also tariffs. Just tell us a little bit more about what Trump was actually saying in those tweets.
Absolutely. There was a sequence of tweets where he raised a series of issues. He talked once again about that European army, saying that France should pay NATO instead. He talked about tariffs. He accused France of unfair practices. He gave the example of wine, saying both France and the US produce excellent wine, but that France doesn't allow the US to export its wines here in France, and said that was unfair and that should change. And he went back on this weekend saying that it was all a big operation for Emmanuel Macron to distract, to divert attention away from the fact that he is struggling in the polls here in France. And in the end, he invited the French president to make France great again.